Hello, and welcome to another episode of Dragon Tycoon Edge. Last time, we cleared out the first 3 floors of the Empire. It doesn't seem like there's anywhere else to go, and now we're on floor 4 as a level 11 clone Gom. As we return to floor 4, we have 4 souls, and this is, in fact, the end of the game. There's not a lot left from what I remember. However, I will say that I have never actually translated this part of the game, and so for me, this is going to be my first time seeing what this place even says. We're at the beginning of the elevator, so let's go over to the right direction. We see a new enemy here. This kinda also looks like a Morbid. If you notice, like, the yellow striped armor, this also seems like this character has a cape. Oh, we don't have very much mana. That's fine, let's just attack him. He has Manic Humor. Should we use an item? We do have a lot of items. Sure. We'll use a Spirit Stone. And we'll hit him with some Fireball. So while we were in the Empire, we've seen some clues about the hierarchy, the class system of the Empire. It seems that those who mechanize their body are seen as superior. This character, wearing armor and, things like a mechanical suit, he's at the top of the tower on floor 4 because he is a higher ranking person in the Empire. He's, of course, a soldier, and we get a clue. We don't recognize what that is, but this says, our Imperial Commander, Lord Hector, is at the mercy of a religious leader. Maybe the leader of the Empire is actually just under the influence of the Ottonian, and maybe it's just that the Empire was the first thing the Ottonian took over, and the Empire is just as much a slave to this evil god as anyone else. Maybe. Who is President Hector? We haven't really heard anything about that for the whole game. You can see our character here is Sagan, and he's a yellow soldier with a lot of mana and a good amount of health. One of the prisoners, as we run around this area, we'll just see if we recognize the layout. It seems similar. There's 2 cloning pods on that side of the room. Is there anything over here? But in one of the cells, I believe it's the drunkard at the bottom. He says that President Hector locked him away as part of his conquests of world domination. Other than that, we haven't heard anything about anyone named Hector. We've only heard of the Ottonian. So who is that guy? Maybe he's the government leader of the Empire. Maybe the Ottonian is the religious leader of the Empire, but Hector is a president. As we do a full circle, It didn't seem like there were any enemies in our way, and there's just 4 cloning capsules. So, let's go check out the cloning capsules on this side of the room. And what's this? A clone of that guy with the sword? Well, I've been theorizing that maybe this guy... We turn him to stone. That maybe this guy is the hero that the Kaplan in Madame's parlor were talking about. Maybe this character went on a quest to journey to the Empire and try to defeat it. He has a very strong sword attack, as we remember. But maybe he was unsuccessful. Maybe he was captured. The Empire managed to defeat him, and then they used his essence as a clone. Is that why he's in a cloning capsule? Or is this actually the same guy? He doesn't seem to talk, and you would think the original guy would. We have so much mana, we'll just use the Petrify spam. Because he does have a strong attack, so we might as well just make sure that he doesn't kill us. And just for fun, maybe let's kill him with a Dragon Sword? Yeah, you thought your sword was cool, but we have the Dragon Sword. We get no clue from this enemy, like any of the other clones, but now we can possess him? This is... Thwan? Yeah, Thwan. Okay, well, the Kaplans in Madame's parlor mentioned someone named Iram. I thought that maybe this guy was Iram, but his name is Thwan, and he seems to have the same stats as a space cat. He looks pretty cool, though. Wish we could be him more. And then what's in this clone capsule over here? Selena? Why is Selena here? We only have 70 mana, but Selena's not that strong. Let's just use Fireball level 2. Could it be that the city of Amazon was actually the first continent that the Empire attacked? Did the Empire start its conquest for world domination by attacking the Amazon people? And as such, we've seen that the Amazon city has significantly more technology or a mechanical structure than other parts of the game. Selena also says when we capture her soul that the Empire had... That's another fireball. That the Empire had basically all but wiped out the water people. That might be a hint again that the Empire had been attacking the water people first, and maybe they were attacking the where we started the game, that continent with the monks. Maybe they attacked that area last. We'll kill her with our sword, because I forgot that we had that big strong sword. I do think this guy with the sword's normal attack is stronger than most characters. Why? I don't know. How would you know that? I don't know. We're Selena again. But she's a clone. She has way better stats than when she did before. But if the city of Amazon is the first place captured by the Empire, then that might explain why there's a customs droid who allows you quick transfer from Amazon to the Empire Tower. Because they've been related for a long time. You see another one of these bad guys here, so let's Well, Selena's an ice person, so maybe let's use some ice magic. But you could think because you can go directly from Amazon to the Empire Tower, that there must be a history of trade or travel, or at least maybe belonging to the same group and working together in some way, maybe by dominance, maybe by just being allies. But possibly that's what the custom droid can kind of signify. And then the tower is also kind of mechanical, as we've seen. So what does this soldier of the Empire on floor 4 say to us? We get a picture which we don't recognize. It says that the tower appears to be hollow. Well, that's strange. If we think about the layout of the floors we've been on, there have been these areas towards the center. Maybe there could be something in there on one of the floors? Maybe. What's in this second last cloning capsule? It's a space cat. Why is there a space cat? With Selena, maybe you could say that because the Empire has the Tower of Amazon under their control, that maybe they've already taken the genetic data from Selena or her heritage and made clones of it. The space cat is from an area outside of the large crater, in the area that's like around where Dartzig used to be. But how would they have a clone of the space cat? Why? This one I'm really not sure. If anything, it would make a lot more sense if they had a clone of Chi-Gur, because that was another seemingly government official or leader of people who was taken over by the Empire, but it didn't really seem like the space cat was ever defeated by the Empire. I'm not entirely sure why this is here. But we can be space cat. I think that's the same stats he has the first time we get him. And now we've done 3 out of the 4 cloning capsules, so what's in this final one? Oh, okay. Again, I'm really excited because I've never seen this translated. Some kind of ghost of the character in front of us now appears and says something like, maybe my soul is weak. I'm having a hard time maintaining control of my body. And then we see another character who kind of looks like from one of the clues we've seen. We'll petrify this guy. That other character claims to be Hector, and so that must be the president of the Empire, and then maybe he says that he has successfully brainwashed the strongest opposition to the Empire, who is this golden character we're fighting. And because he's brainwashed the strongest body, we're gonna have to fight him. Let's see if the space cat can do it. Who is this guy? He has like 4 arms. He's made of gold. And let's see some of the attacks he has. So we're running low on mana. He uses a magic we haven't seen before. It didn't seem incredibly strong, but it didn't seem that bad either. He has some other attacks. We wonder, is he weak to the Staff of Alechius? Doesn't seem like it. We wonder, is he weak to Dragon Sword? And it doesn't really seem like it. Okay. We just got a Spirit Stone from the Space Cat, so let's use that. And we'll just finish him off with some Fire level 2, I guess. He's got some Thunder level 2, and he does look really strong. He's pretty badass. A voice. Kind of sounds like Alechius. He says that because we have all of the souls, we have a holy soul now, then we can get the final body, and we possess that gold man. And now we're fighting the guy who is behind him, Hector, who is the president of the Empire. We have indeed possessed that golden guy, so we have his magic. We can check that out. Hector has ice magic. This move, and we'll just keep using it because we haven't seen it before, but it doesn't really seem that good. Like, again, I do kind of feel like Fireball level 1 and Fireball level 2 are better than they should be. Maybe let's just keep hitting him with Fireball. We have so much health and mana, I'm not sure if we need to actually, like, use Petrify and do stuff like that. Let's kill him. So, is this the big bad? Is this the enemy of the game? We kill President Hector. He doesn't say anything. We get another Soul Stone. And now, if you look at the top of the screen, we have possessed Irem. And if you remember, Irem is the character the Kaplans were talking about. We now have 5 souls. I guess Irem was the final soul. I guess if you do not have 4 souls, you cannot possess Irem. And so you first have to get the 4 souls, and then you have to defeat Irem and possess him. Because we got we got another Spirit Stone from defeating Hector, so let's use it. We have 162 and 162, which I think is actually the same stats as the Super Turtle who had like a black memory. Is that in any way related or significant? I doubt it, but it is interesting. Those are the only 2 characters in the game that have these stats as far as I can remember. What now? Oh, we killed Hector. I mean, did we save the world? We got that one clue that the interior of the tower is hollow. Could maybe we use this elevator? No. We have some items we haven't figured out what to do with yet. What about Broman's Gem? What about Dragon Sword? Okay, so that elevator has nothing. Well, can we just walk into the middle through here? No. So, maybe at this point, now you'll just run around really confused and you'll just basically, walk here and go up. No, that didn't work. Go over here. That didn't work. And you'll probably just do that. And maybe if you're really unlucky, you'll basically check the entire game again because you don't know what to do at all and there's no enemies or clues. But if you come back to this side of the room, where the clone of Selena and the man with the sword were, we can go into here. Who is this? Well, could this be the person who secretly had dominance over President Hector? Maybe this is the religious leader. He says that our character was made with their hands. So maybe Iram is the ultimate body. He is the culmination of all of the Empire's efforts. They have made a strongest purity of form being, and that is Iram. Was Iram the man with the sword, and then they killed him and cloned him into this ultimate being? Maybe when they defeated the guy with the sword, he did have the final soul, but they put that soul into the body of Iram, and Iram, the one that we are right now, is like a purely mechanical, synthesized weapon of war. Maybe. He's got a cool water move, which we haven't seen yet. And we'll just kill him with Fireball. He doesn't seem too strong. Okay, he comes back, and he says maybe he was toying with us a little bit too much, and because we are Iram, the strongest soldier, that maybe he should take it a bit more seriously. Okay, well, is he more powerful now? Maybe we should use the clone magic, or the petrify magic. And it's awesome to be able to see at least maybe closer to what they're actually saying. Because the first time I played this game, I thought he said, I can't die unless you kill me with the dragon sword. And so then... then I just tried to, like, make his health only a little bit left and finish him with the dragon sword. So maybe just because of that, let's try to do that here. Raining down some fireballs on him. Okay, well, I hope he doesn't kill us. Let's just try to kill him with the dragon sword. Maybe we need to? I'm not sure. He gives us a fist bump, and we return with sword. Oh. So now, whoever that person was has transformed into a horrible space abomination. Well, we're pretty low on health and mana, so it's a good thing that we've been getting so many spirit stones. We still have 2 left. So he's kind of red. The monsters in the furnace were kind of red. Maybe the Etonian has fully corrupted his soul now, and he's turned into this monster because he is aligned with the evil god. Let's give him more fireball. That water attack is pretty cool. We didn't possess the last character, so we don't have it. I think another fireball will kill them. Let's try our holy attack. We get another crystal, and so maybe we should just, because we still have one up there, let's just use this one right away. Back to full. We are now level 13. As far as I oh no, in this file we haven't killed like absolutely everyone. But basically we've killed everyone, and we're around level 13, just before level 14. Ahead of us looks like the material transfer device, and we've heard there are 5 floors of the tower, but we've only seen 4 so far. We're somewhere else. Can we go back? Oh, we can. Okay, well, let's go back in there. Not sure why you would want to go back at this point, but, because we didn't get the magic from that enemy we just defeated, because we did not possess them. Okay, and a cosmic horror with some kind of body coming out of the forehead of a large head. He says some things. It sounds like he was saying that our character Iram has forgotten his place as a weapon of war. We see he does some kind of charge attack. He's not doing anything. Let's just hit him with another fireball. Oh, okay, that didn't seem that strong. Maybe we could use Alicia's staff. This character also says something like maybe he's apologizing to the Etonian god because the Etonian god would prefer if all things were mechanical, and we are offending him with our organic presence. No, sword doesn't seem that good. CC down. No, not really. Then this guy uses probably the coolest magic in the game, and I don't think we can even get that, which is too bad. So let's give him our holy magic. And even though this guy has a lot of health, it doesn't seem like he's really outputting very much damage. I don't really think you're supposed to lose the game at this point. It's just supposed to be an awesome battle. So maybe let's use some of our favorite magic from throughout the game. Well, I do like throwing rocks at people. We could try some lightning. But if this monster in front of us isn't the Etonian, or maybe is this the Etonian? We can make him baby. Oh no, where'd his head go? Oh no! Oh, he gets cropped out if you do that. That's... in the name of the water people, we will defeat you. Thank you, Selah, for this game that I love very much. This has been Dragon Tycoon Edge. That was the end. Maybe a bit abrupt. Maybe not a lot of explanation about who Hector was, who the religious leader was, who that monster at the end was. But if you consider that we fight Irem, and then we fight Hector, then maybe the next guy we fight in the interior of the Empire in like the hollow space. Maybe that was the religious leader. And then maybe at the top of the tower, that was the Etonian, the evil god. At the end, he curses our name. He refuses to believe that the five souls could be brought together and defeat him. Does this mean that the universe is over now? Or did we save the universe? I have a lot of questions, even still. I've played this game multiple times, although this was the first time that I was ever able to actually get seemingly good translations, and so I hadn't really understood the game on this level before. But I've thought about the game and what information it does show you without requiring language. But there's pictures, there's music, there's the flow and the story. Even still, I can't say confidently what happened. We were summoned a soul from space. We need to gather 5 souls to defeat the Etonian. We gather those souls, and then we defeat him. Most of the story isn't even about the story. It's mostly world building. Where is this place? Why does it function the way it does? But even with how it functions, I don't know that either. It's very confusing and abstracted. It's my favorite part of the game. I was actually trying to think, what's my favorite part about Dragon Tycoon Edge? Why does this game captivate me this way? Why does it keep bringing me back to play it and do a random thing? Like, what is the Space Banana? Maybe I could go back there and try different things or go there as different characters. I've even tried things that have resulted in absolutely nothing, but taking a bunch of my time to run around and see if something's possible. In a lot of games, I would be frustrated. I would almost have like feelings of resentment towards the game that I tried something and it didn't result in anything. It feels like a waste. Somehow, the way that Dragon Tycoon Edge is put together, it never feels like a waste. When you try and you fail, you learn that that's not going to work. It doesn't really feel like a failure when you get a game over. It's just another feather in your hat. It's another piece of information for the next time you play. I couldn't put my finger on, a video game element that was my favorite. Like, do I like the combat? Do I like the music? Do I like the visuals, the character designs, the world, the, all of that? And I do like all those things. But if you ask me what my favorite part of Dragon Tycoon Edge is, it is the mystery. What the hell is this game? We saw from the credits, there weren't a lot of people who worked on this game. Clearly, they were probably talking to each other a lot, refining it. It feels like a game that came from a special place. I don't think you could make a game like this again. This is an accident of time and space. Sometime around the year 1995, a bunch of people in Japan had an idea. The result of that was this game. I don't think that'll ever happen again. And if it does, it won't look like this. A lot of the things in the game don't really seem like they came from people who were extremely experienced at making video games, but many of the things in the game seem like they were made by people who were experts, or at least experienced in making games. So maybe these people just, it's rough around the edges, the controls, you can find glitches, and you can go into negative time. These are all things that maybe a more adept video game engineer or designer would be able to predict and fix before they were even an issue. Dragon Tycoon Edge doesn't feel like it was made like a video game. It feels like it was made more like a movie or a story, and then video game elements were used to present it in this medium. You play this on the 3DO. It's a multimedia game. It's multimedia entertainment, and that's the way that this game went. But it feels different, and I can't express it in words. But I really like this game. I've spent a lot of time playing it before making this series, and obviously while making this series, and throughout all of that time, I can honestly say that my appreciation for the game has only increased. I think it's really intelligently designed. The game is interesting, captivating, mysterious, and I do find it fun to play as well. You do combat and stuff, and you can do funny things and have your own fun in the game. The music, I think, is nice. It does a great job at serving as background. Sometimes on the 3DO, games would not always have music, and there would be a lot of silence, which is one thing I don't really like about some games from this era. I would say that Dragon Tycoon Edge is my favorite 3DO game of the entire console library. And there are some other really good ones on the 3DO, but maybe it's obvious because I made this video by myself in a cage with a box of scraps. But I really like this game. Maybe you've had a feeling where you played a game and you actually wondered, was this game made for me? Is somehow, some cosmic way, was this game actually made for me? I'm sure I'm not the only person that this game was made for, but it does feel that way. I like almost everything about the game. And if you're like me and you have strong feelings for this game and the characters and the world, the story and the style of gameplay, I would love to hear your thoughts and your input and your interpretations. Because although this is going to be the final episode of the main series, we do still have one more episode of the movie. Because just like how the mystery is my favorite part while I'm playing the game, after you turn off the game and you walk away, it stays with you in the back of your mind. You'll keep thinking about this in the deep recesses of your thoughts. It'll just be there like an extra layer that somehow has just affixed itself to my brain, and I'll never be able to let this game go. It's going to be with me for the rest of my life in my thoughts and my memories. The story of Alm and his cosmic quest to save the planet at the edge of the universe. I appreciate you being here with me for that. I'm very, very happy that I was able to finish this and put it together with translations and share it. Maybe the time is different now at the point where you're listening to this, but the first time I played this game and this time when I made this Let's Play, there is literally no information in English about this game at all. None. I can't find any. Maybe it does exist, but at the very least, I haven't seen any of it. Maybe some of the episodes are going to make me look stupid, like I can't figure out a simple puzzle. And that's something I'm going to have to be okay with, taking the risk that I'm going to look like an idiot while playing this game. I figured this game out because I love this game. The obstacle of it being in a different language, on a system from more than 20 years ago, in 320p, that was not a big enough obstacle to stop me from doing this. That's how much I love this game. So as my final words, my final thoughts, as we wrap up this significantly too lengthy love letter to a game that no one's heard of, thank you again, Selah, for making this game. I hope that I'm able to share this with more people. I hope that Dragon Tycoon Edge is exposed to more people, and more discussion about the game can happen as a result of these videos. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for watching Dragon Tycoon Edge. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.